I didn't want to. Well, I guess you know by the title, these videos are always hard to make. But before anyone else makes this kind of video and lets you know really what's going on, I kind of, I guess I should just come out and come clean and tell you guys. Where do I begin? I guess we need to start from the beginning. The year is 2001. Newgrounds.com. That's right. I used to make Flash cartoons on Newgrounds.com. Now, a lot of you probably wonder, what is Newgrounds.com and what are Flash cartoons? Well, let me tell you. Back in 2001, there was no YouTube. YouTube wasn't a thing. And if you wanted to see some entertaining videos, you'd have to go to Newgrounds.com. On Newgrounds.com, there's this thing called a Flash portal. It was revolutionary at the time. You could upload a video and it would automatically go on the Flash portal. A Flash cartoon was a drawing or an animation that was uploaded from your computer to the internet right onto Newgrounds.com. And the thing was, times were different back then. I mean, some of the top cartoons were called Eskimo Bob, and this was a series with a little Eskimo that would run around and do little adventures. It wasn't great, but it was entertainment at the time. Now, I have a whole bunch of cartoons that I made on my account, but I wanted to take a look at one of the cartoons that I was actually proud of, and this is called Johnny Crayon. So over on Newgrounds.com, I actually made a lot of friends over there. I met Paperbat, if you remember him. He was a YouTuber around the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 days. I think he still does YouTube and stuff like that, maybe Twitch streaming as well. But one person that I met that is still like one of the biggest YouTubers right now, and that is Video Game Dunkey. At the time I met him, he wasn't Video Game Dunkey. He was going by another name called Meatwad Sprite. And he's actually talked about this in a few videos that he's done. But I wanted to touch on this because with him, we have gained a friendship and we had started creating cartoons. We did a bunch of series. He's been known for a lot of stuff too. But the one that we're going to be looking at today is called Johnny Crayon. And the concept behind Johnny Crayon was that we were going to draw everything in Crayon, scan it, edit it, upload it, and then send that part to our friend. That's how it was going to work. So I was going to start on it. I was going to send it to him. He was going to go and make another part. Then he was going to send it back to me. And then we were going to continue this until the cartoon was finished. I think this concept worked out really great. And the idea of a crayon animation was really, really cool because we scanned them in and then we cut out the crayons and then we animated it. And it was so much fun to make. So what I thought we would do, without further ado, is watch Johnny Crayon. Now, if you want to watch this in its entirety without my commentary, I'll upload that as well.
This is the story of Johnny.
So as you can see right here, this is the story of Johnny. And it was all drawn in crayon. This was hand drawn by me right here. I did the little title card here and I scanned it in and edited it and throw in some more humor. And then I take my part and I pass it on over to Jason, aka Dunkey, and then he would edit or continue the story on his part, and then we'd go from there. Like I said, if you want to see the full thing, we'll have that there. But we're going to have some stops and starts here and kind of take a look at it.
No, this is the story of Dave. No, it was Johnny. Yes.
Okay, so my humor here is to throw in this weird voice and be like, this is the story of Johnny. No, Dave. No, John. And then, like right now watching it back, it's cringeworthy, but I actually think like the concept of the animation is really cool, and I'd love to do another one of these like story type things, but I digress. Let's continue here.
This is the story of Johnny. Well, a little bit about Johnny. Johnny was a peculiar looking fella. He was about 6 foot. No, I think he was 7 foot. No, he was somewhere in between there. He was a medium-sized guy. He wasn't too tall, wasn't too short. Anyway.
And I like how I'm drawing my really crappy animation, by the way. This guy is not good at all. That's how I drew back then. And I still draw like that to today. I have like the hair and I tried to go all out here, but what I did was I drew like different body parts. So his legs were separate, his arms were separate, so I could animate him. That's the way I wanted to do it. So there it is. There's your animation.
Johnny always liked to go to the supermarket. He walked to the supermarket.
Okay, this part wasn't drawn by me. It was drawn by my stepbrother. He actually helps me voice this. I think both my stepbrothers actually do. Jake and Trent both help me do these animation. So as you see, I have a nice little walking animation here. So he's going to the grocery store. Let's watch.
Every day. And at the supermarket, he would buy different items.
Okay, and this is where my humor really shines. I don't know what I was doing here. I thought, like, looking back at this is really dumb. Different items, aka stuff, aka various things. All right, cool. Funny joke there. I don't know.
But one day it was
As you see, got a little animation blip there.
items. But one day it was
He blipped in for a second. That's what it was. With this animation, Macromedia Flash, as it's called back then. Now it's Adobe Flash, and I don't even think it's like Adobe Animate or something like that. But Macromedia Flash, you know, you had to learn it by hand, and that's all I did. I learned it on my own. I didn't have any videos to watch. I basically learned it all by myself.
different story. One day Johnny walked to the supermarket and entered the door.
And here's the gem right here. Here's where Dunkey takes over, and his part comes in here. So this is like, I kind of said, okay, I set him up here. He likes to go to the store, and he jumps into the store, and now he's going to animate and see where this goes.
And he walked in, and it was a technical. He was like, "What's going on? I thought this is a supermarket. I come here to buy some food, and it's a techno club already." And the store owner's like, "Hey, I do that sometimes." And then,
One of the things I really like about Dunkey is the way that he animated. Even though this isn't that great of a drawing, the fact that like the smooth animation of the guy up top, the pink guy, the store owner, is really good. So let's continue.
and Johnny was all like, "Well, I wanted to buy some milk," and the store owner was going, "Well, you can still buy the milk. There's just a techno club in here now." So he walked towards the milk.
And there, like the way that he shakes when he goes up, he's like, it's so good. I love it. It's classic. He's going up to buy the milk in the Techno Club store. Let's continue.
And then he finds that the milk is on sale. Milk's on sale. And he goes, "Hey, store owner, you do realize that the milk's on sale?" And the store owner's like, he pulls out a gun. And he's like, you just shut up about that. I'll get to that. And you don't tell me how to run my store. So Johnny gets a free thing of milk. So, because he promises the store owner that he won't tell the cops. Johnny's walking.
And that's the typical Dunkey stuff where Dunkey would just have random things happen. Even in his videos today, he still has that. And that's the thing about him. I always knew that his humor was awesome, and I knew that he was going to be like a really great YouTuber. I just knew, like, YouTube wasn't around then, but I knew that he was going to do something bigger because he was one of the funniest guys that I've ever been around. And doing the Skype calls and stuff like that with him, man, that was just hilarious. Like, I don't know how to explain it. He was just like one of the funniest people I've ever been around, and still watch his videos to this day.
Home along the sidewalk, and then boom, dinosaur steps on him. Dinosaurs have escaped from the zoo. Johnny's all like, "Oh my God, who let the dinosaurs out? Who let the dogs out? Bark, bark, bark."
Who let the dogs out? Bark, bark, bark. And now he hands over the animation to me. So this was my part to come in and do my animation. So it's kind of really hilarious. Like, you don't even know what's going to happen next in the story. That was one of the fun parts of this. I'd love to do this again. I don't even really know how to use Flash anymore. I don't think I have Flash anymore, but I think I could get a version of Flash. I think they still have it. It can't be that different. But one of the best things was making my part, sending it off to him making his part, and then sending it back. And I'm like, what is it going to be? And then I watch his part and I laugh and I laugh and I laugh and I laugh. And then I come back and I'm like,
And for Johnny, who let the dinosaurs out, we don't know. This might...
I don't actually really like this humor that I'm doing here, but you know what? I tried to be as funny as possible back at the time, and this is what I thought was funny at the time. I thought it was clever. I thought it was cool, but apparently it doesn't hold up to today's standards.
The very, very last time that Johnny ever says who let the dogs out, or dinosaurs, or whatever Johnny just said. Anyway, is this the end? No, this isn't the end. Just kidding, it is the end. No, it's not really the end. I'm just kidding.
Okay, this is not funny at all. This is not funny at all. Oh boy.
This movie can't be over. Anyway, Johnny is laying there on the floor, and look who comes by. It's his best friend.
So here's his best friend. This was actually drawn by my stepbrother, and so I had him come over. This was a different day, I believe, because I drew the blue guy, And then this guy comes in, and my stepbrother actually fills in some of the voice work for me. And then I think my other stepbrother comes in and does some different voice work as well. So let's go ahead and play it out.
His best friend Dan comes to save the day. Dan comes. What is Dan gonna do?
What the heck are you doing under that dinosaur for?
Well, I was buying milk at a disco club and I somewhat got squashed by a dinosaur. So then Dan decides to use his super.
Whoo, I really need to work on my humor and my timing there. I could tell I was just going off the top of my head, whatever I thought was funny, and it ain't funny today. This was 2000, I don't even know when this was made, but it ain't funny today.
Super califragilisticexpialidocious strength. And Johnny was free, so Johnny ran off and changed his clothes to a red t-shirt and jeans, and he came back and...
Because I had to switch characters. That's what we had to do here. We switched the drawing, so we made Johnny look better, and Johnny looks a lot better there. So let's go.
Johnny's back in, and now Dan decides to pick up the phone. Dan is gonna call his best friend from Skull Island, King Kong. So he picks up the phone. That's just, the phone's right there. It just came, but...
So I thought, like, my humor was that I would be like, he picks up, yeah, the phone's just right there. Like, the idea was that, I guess my humor here was that random stuff would be funny, and that's what I was going for. Like, oh, well, yeah, sure, it just appears. Cool.
Now he's picking up the phone, and he's calling King Kong. Ring, 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 ring.
Is King Kong there?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
And there's King Kong. Woo! Look at that drawing of King Kong. Gotta love it.
Hello? Godzilla? Oh, wait, I'll be there in a second. Let me grab a banana.
So King Kong gets there, and then the kid's like, oh yeah, well, I wasn't Godzilla after all. And King Kong is like, well, I'm gonna kill you now. And then a missile crashes into him.
Missile foot. I gotta go back to that. That's one of the greatest jokes ever. Is missile foot. I should make a T-shirt that says missile foot and have that. That's one of the best things ever. I love that though. That was so good. I love it. Because why draw a missile? Just have a missile foot come in. Let's go. Let's continue.
Into him, and they all die. But that was just a dream. Johnny gets up, goes to the store, opens the door, boom. King Kong's there. He has a rap battle with King Kong. King Kong's all like, "You're coming to my place. You're coming to my face. I'm gonna wrap your Happy Meal like a face." Oh. And then Johnny goes, here we go. I'm gonna wrap you to the floor. I'm gonna wrap you like you didn't know. I'm gonna wrap you so. I'm gonna wrap you so bad. I
love how you could hear him grabbing the microphone. It's like it's just so, it's classic.
Bad that I shoot you in the face. I'm gonna shoot you in the face right now. He shot him in the face then. But Godzilla came in, but then Godzilla was like, oh, this isn't the pick and save.
So that was Johnny Crayon, my deep dark secret that I actually animated Flash cartoons and they weren't that funny. Now Jason, aka Meatwad Sprite, aka Video Game Dunkey, is still hilarious to this day. If you want to check out his channel, I'll link it in the description. If you don't know who he is, you should probably already know who he is because he's one of the best. He's hilarious. If you like video games, you like comedy, he's one of the top guys doing it, and he's doing it awesome. He's got like 3 to 5 million subscribers. I don't even know where he's at. He's so successful. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it today. I think that maybe in the future we can have some more Flash cartoon videos, show some of those off. There was a whole bunch of stuff that I did in the past. There were series, it was a crazy time when I grew up, and maybe I'll have another story time where I can talk about some other things from my past. If you did enjoy this, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know if you want to see a Johnny Crayon part 2. Maybe we could do that if I could get a hold of Dunkey, but that's where I'll leave today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you, and we'll see you soon.